Okay, so now we start the preparation. We start that by sending all of our divisions back to Italy. We will start also with justifying a claim on Corsica. Since this is a claim state, this claim will remain after we fabricate it, so we don't have to worry, we don't have to press it. Of course, they already allied to England, they'll get guarantees, but we'll just wait for the war. The reason we do this, however, is important, and it is that, actually, let's also join the Axis now. So why do we do that? Because if we don't, Germany tends not to call us into the war with Poland, but we want to use every second of World War II, even the initial phony phase of the war, to get as much war score as possible. So we'll actually declare war to France when the German Reich starts the war with Poland, and we'll start building war score with France on this front here, with in Egypt against England. So we'll start to build our war score from the very beginning. I usually like to keep these divisions from Yugoslavia around here, and I will use them to stop naval invasions during World War II from the UK. And other than that, I don't want to use them too much. The Navy, here it's very important not to forget this step. We want our Navy to go, as soon as Germany accepts, we'll send them up here. And we'll do that because if we don't, when the war starts, we'll get stuck in the Mediterranean forever. As you can see, there is a strait here controlled by England and another one here controlled by Egypt. You can, of course, plan a naval invasion of Gibraltar and take it and then pass the strait. But I actually prefer to send my fleet there right away, so you don't have to worry about it. You'll just give naval superiority to the UK in the Mediterranean. They would take it anyway because they have a better fleet. So you just ignore that. You can go here, they will protect Sardinia, I don't want to lose Sardinia to naval invasions. These units we will use on the southern front here, the supplies are very low, so we can use them here. What else do we have? We have this one. Now this is our main infantry division, and this one can go to hold the border with Poland, because we're actually going to help Germany push up against Poland. The only reason we do that is to get more war score. You're also going to use these guys up here, same reason. Push like this. As for these divisions here, we will send them up here. They will be ready to push the Netherlands. And the Alpini divisions, at least initially, can start on this front, strengthen it a bit, and even push here. We finished the synthetic oils, so we go for computing machine. Slightly ahead of time, but it's fine. The war tension is now incredibly high, but we don't care anymore, because we are going to chill until Germany starts the war. We're just going to prepare. Okay, this sometimes happens. Not very frequently, but it can happen. And it's not a big deal, but we do need to take care of it. We'll use our airplanes to get superiority in this region. We're going to join. We're going to push. I expect these to end very quickly. Okay. This was nice, actually. By doing this, we get more land from Yugoslavia. Doesn't change that much, to be fair, but sure. Okay, we did finish a research while I was busy doing that. Going to go for anti-tank. Don't care about this. Now we finished the excavation. We are going to go for improved infantry equipment. And let's also finish giving stuff to Mussolini. And then, yeah, I don't think we have enough points now because I want Danieli. But then we'll basically start filling the remaining designers, and we're done. Okay, see, we're getting these divisions from the Turkish Empire. These are the divisions that we get because we puppeted them. And just some random dude. I like to use these divisions to cover this front. of course, we can give you some tactical bombers so we can get more civilian factories. As for the national focus, I don't think this was the... yeah, not expand universities yet. But I do want the expanded universities, so we're going for that. What do we lack? We lack rubber just because Siam is not giving us our rubber. Why are you not giving us the rubber, Siam? What's the issue with you? Okay. So we do need more rubber. Can we buy it from someone cool? And the answer is no, we cannot. So it's okay, I'm just going to buy it from the Brits for now, since they are still willing to give it to me. And then we'll use some of these army experience to reform and to change our divisions. Okay, before that I want armored trains. So the next few factories we get will go to armored trains. And we unlocked another slot that we are going to use for the railway gun. I actually like railway guns a lot. So we're going to try to have at least a couple ready for the war. Okay, then at this point let's do some adjustments here. First, let me give this support anti-air to our regular infantry division. Then we're going to duplicate them and we're going to make them a 10 width division, like this. We're going to call this our garrison division. Okay, and this one is ready. Then we are going to change our default infantry divisions. Going to make them a bit bigger. Going to give them some additional artillery, and I like to have a combat width of 21 for my standard divisions, which is a balanced combat width. And that's it. These are the infantry divisions. I also like to have the lowest priority on the garrison divisions. Now we don't need Divisione Celer anymore. We're not going to use them anymore. These ones are fine, but let's actually rename them to military police, because that's what they will do, only actual garrisons, and we'll call them military police. We'll not assign military police to them yet, though. Before changing the Alpini divisions, which probably is something we cannot do yet, we'll actually create a new division from scratch. And we are going for motorized, and we are creating it from scratch because thanks to the doctrines that we chose, this will be mostly free. As you can see, adding motorized infantry is free. We'll also add a motorized artillery, and we will also give them the engineer company, the support artillery, and the support anti-air. It's still cheaper, by the way, than copying the regular infantry division. We'll call them motorized. We'll mark them as motorized. And everything else seems to be fine. Save this division. Now at this point, what I want to do is I want to change all of these divisions to motorized. I don't want to have these divisions anymore. We're just going to switch them to motorized. Individually, one by one. I do want to train some garrison divisions, a lot of garrison divisions actually. I want to have a starting base of 30. I will use 15 on this front and 15 on this front, but eventually I will increase all of them, or both of them, to 24. So this is just a starting point. I will also increase the production of motorized, because I want 12 motorized divisions there. So we have 8, we'll add another 4. As for the infantry divisions, we'll also start fabricating some infantry divisions. We'll want to have about 9 infantry divisions. Just like this. Now basically everything is ready. Now we just wait for 2 years and we prepare. We just make sure that we are as strong as possible when World War II starts. We're not going to be spectators of World War II. We're going to lead it. We're going to show Hitler that Mussolini was indeed the leader he thought he was. Okay, we get our extra research slot. That's very nice. Now we go for Brescia small arms industry to improve our military production. As for the research slot, the extra research slot that we just got, we start going for improved guns for our airplanes. Okay, we do have some free dockyards. We're going to use them to build, from now on, convoys. We'll need a lot of convoys later on to annex our subjects. So we'll finish these ones, and then we'll start making more convoys. So why don't we want more land from Yugoslavia? We don't want more land from Yugoslavia because if we do, we'll have less slots to build on their territories, which is another way we'll decrease their independency points or whatever they are. Let's actually check the starting situation with Yugoslavia. They contributed to the war score, but not that much, so it's fairly fine. We do need to bring them down to Reichskommissariat and then one more step before we can annex them, so it will take a while. Here we go for Alfa Romeo production. Meanwhile, the war in Spain is about to end, and nationalist Spain will win, as they always do in historical. If you were playing on non-historical now, it would be a good time to start saving nationalist Spain, if you can. Try to save them, because if you don't, they tend to join the winners tend to join the Soviet Union, which is not the best. We continue with more cannons here. Also, we can start producing our anti-tank, or we can start putting them here. We'll not be using them for a while. Of course, we can go for artillery research speed. We got our improved infantry equipment. Now we go for improved guns. We get the nice discount, and although we are ahead of time, the research time is decent. So through this combination we'll have better guns in the war. Now the last few designers are not very useful, but we'll still take them. We want a full government before we start the war. And wait a second. So now we are going to go for keep specialization. We got research done, so we can continue with engines 3. We want to start producing the new airplanes as soon as possible. Okay, now we got the railway gun. Where is it? Here it is. Going to maximize the production of the railway gun, and then we're going to increase the production of our airplanes, especially the fighters. By the way, fighters should have the priority in terms of rubber over trucks. Going to import a bit more tungsten from Portugal, and we are going to use our free research slot to research the improved small airframes. They are going to finish slightly earlier than the engines. Buff our capital ships a little bit. Okay, got keep specialization, that's a nice one. Now we start going down this road, and then maybe we go for Alto Adige. Let's wait a second because we got something. Okay, Alto Adige and Istria, something like this. While Chamberlain is very happy. Is it Chamberlain? Yeah, Chamberlain indeed. He's very happy about his appeasement in the background. Not sure if you can hear it. And we'll strengthen the northern industry. Now we go for support weapons 2. Now, I will actually start producing slightly better fighters. This is a temporary upgrade, let's say, because the better ones will come a bit later, just before the war. But we can already do something to make them a bit better, because we can now use these heavy machine guns instead of the light machine guns. And they actually have a decent amount of air attack. So they are slightly better. We'll call this Fighter 1. And let's assign our tank designer. And we're done. We don't need political power anymore. We're just going to save it for our vassals. Okay. As for the research, now we go for the symmetric radar. Now we can take the... Oh, yes, we can take the land doctrine. We can take the air doctrine as well. Eventually we want to have maximized production on the fighters. And we'll continue with new industrialization program. So we're actually starting to get our divisions here. And I will assign both of them to the Theater 2. Actually, I will start calling this theater as the Mobile Defense. And this one will be our main theater. Main one. Actually, I like to assign them another of those generals, but a good one like Pinto. Because we will kinda use these divisions to push against France at the beginning. To get some extra war score in. I'm not going to use the Chief of Navy because I want to keep some free command power. And we are going to, of course, upgrade our guns. After which we are going to improve our industry overall. So we got... we'll actually start from dispersed industry. And by the way, I think we got extra slots in here. We are going to take full advantage of them. So we're going to prioritize these ones. And by the way, this is what I was saying earlier. See, the Turkish Empire freely got Antakya, this region here, which means we will need to annex them before we can form the Roman Empire, which is totally fine. And we have still insufficient resources. We'll buy more from the Brits, which will help us build the planes that will destroy them in World War II. Thank you very much, Mr. Chamberlain. Oh, not buying directly from them, from their puppets. Still lack a bit of artillery. Maybe I will increase the artillery production slightly. Oh, we are getting our first motorized divisions. We'll send them north, and I will actually start recruiting more motorized divisions. I want another group of 12. Eventually. As for our focus, I now want to take Albania. Albania is fine. We could delay it even more. But I want this strategy to be viable in non-historical as well. And I guess in non-historical you don't want to wait too long. You never know what's going to happen. Did I pause the game? Yes, because we have another research slot available. We're going to use this for our industry. We're going to continue improving our industry. Now I'm going for constructions. And there is an intruder here. You go up there. There's only a 13 days difference between our... Well, not, maybe it's more like 20 days difference between our improved airframe and engine stream. As soon as we are done with them, we can start producing our better planes. Another free research. Now, did we finish everything here? No, we have one more. Perfect. And we got a lot of new divisions. We'll assign the motorized division up there. Actually, you're a bit too many here. I only want 15. Because I want another army to go and check this border. And you will also have an offensive plan to take this land. Yeah, I know you're not enough yet, but you will be eventually. Now, from here... Okay, we're actually going to remove these divisions. We're going to put them here. Because they are not going to attack, and we'll call these stationary defense. Okay, that's perfect. So the mobile defense divisions will mostly attack. Well, actually, he can go into stationary defense too. All of these divisions will be used to attack. Why do we... Ah, yeah. I keep getting confused by them. Got the Albanian occupation focus. So Albania is peacefully taken. Now we go for... Where is it? Bandits War. A Bandits War. Because I want to take Super Esercito as soon as we start the war with France. And I will... wait, I did cancel Istria, so... And here too I will not build them. Because I want to start building in our Yugoslavian territories in order to decrease their autonomy. So we're going to start building military factories in all of Yugoslavia. So we'll only have a couple of months to actually produce them. But it's better than nothing, trust me. They will help. Now we start going for artillery upgrades. We start from here. And we start from here because we actually need some of the anti-tank upgrades for the best CAS designs. As for the focus, we now go for Il Culto del Luce. Because we haven't started the war yet, so... Cannot take Super Esercito yet. Did I mess up the amount of divisions? No, it's perfect. So we'll have 2 full armies. We'll have some Alpini divisions. By the way, now we can change the Alpini divisions too. For the Alpini divisions, I like to have artillery, anti-air, artillery. And we can take anything else here, but that's okay. I like to have a combat width of 25, which will do well in the mountains where they need to be. And we can also train some, by some I mean 1 Alpini divisions. Or division at this point. Okay, now here we have some free military factories. How are we going to use them? I will increase by a bit the production of anti-air. I'm fine with towered artillery, I think. So maybe we can increase it a bit more. We can increase the anti-tank slightly more, but probably... Yeah, probably we'd better go with full fighter production. Actually, let me do something like this. Yeah, we'll go for full fighter production. Fighters production. Even more, actually. No, this one I'm fine the way it is. Yeah, let's put everything on fighters. Because as soon as we get the better design, we want to produce as many fighters as possible. The war score is affected a lot by how many enemy planes you shoot down. So having a lot of fighters will greatly help you. Okay, we are starting to get some new motorized divisions. And I like to send them up to Denmark. Just give them a random general, it's not very important. So that when Germany declares war to Denmark, we'll be already there. We'll be ready to take some of the juicy war score. Okay, improved small airframe, that's nice. We keep upgrading our artillery as well. And now 16 more days until we get our better airplanes. For the construction, I'm going to keep going with the artillery upgrades, but the most important one is here. And we got it. Okay, now after this one, go for improved radar. this one. But now the important thing is right here. We're going to use our improved small airframes. We're going to make some very nice fighter designs. Call this Fighter 2, not 3, 2. And now we will give it a cannon. We'll actually give it another cannon. Let me first make sure this part is correct though. Going to assign them a couple of armor plates. And we're going to give them some heavy machine guns. Yeah, this is the right one. So yeah, this is the perfect design. This is my fighter design for World War II. This is what I like to use. Save it, make our Fighter 1 obsolete. And we'll start producing as many of these new fighters as possible. We want to make as many as possible before the war. Culto del Luce is done. We'll actually continue a bit further down here. We'll go for La Battaglia del Grano, because we have some more time before the war. As for the research slot, we're going to go for Engineer Company 2. Up here. And we finished our anti-tank. This is an important one. Because I do need this one. I do need anti-tank cannons too for our upgraded CAS. So for the CAS we need to wait a bit longer. So that's not a big issue in any case, because we need most of our production to be diverted to fighters at the moment. We need as many fighters as possible. Many good fighters as possible. Okay, Spain is done. Our fleet is... let's just make sure. This is an important step if the fleet is not positioned correctly. Okay, it's the beginning of August. Let's make sure that our divisions are in the right place with the right orders. So this one is fine. You can actually tell them to start as soon as possible, as soon as they can. This one is also fine. They can also start as soon as possible. This one is also fine. They can start as soon as possible. They are fine. They will start despite not having the superiority at the moment. And they will start whenever this war starts. For the mobile defense, they will start as soon as possible. 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 Do we have the possibility to send them more divisions? I think we do. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Actually, all of them. It's fine. We'll send them all to join this one first, and then I will pick the least upgraded 9 and assign them to the other one. And these are the only divisions that we are not going to use in this offensive, so they are fine where they are. Now let's take care of our planes. So we do have a lot of new planes in here. Actually. Okay, we can assign all of them to southern France. I think this is where the main fight will be, the first main fight would be, since we start the offensive against France. Everything seems fine, but we can continue. Let's wait until Germany sends the ultimatum to Poland. It should be on the 23rd of August. Yeah, it is. So now we can start the war with France.